Hi everyone, it's me Richelle Moon here, and welcome to my first YouTube video on this YouTube channel. Woo! Now, as I said on my first short that I've uploaded to the channel, this video is going to be about every fictional crush I've had on characters throughout the years, and me just ranking them, because why not, you know? But if you're interested in this type of content, remember to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell to be up to date with any uploads I make or live streams, because I will be live streaming. I was even thinking of my next live stream being about playing the Out of Life visual novel that I found on itch.io. I did play it last year in the summer, but I didn't finish it, so I'd be really interested to live stream it for you guys and for us to both go through that romance journey together, because it looks like a really interesting concept of a visual novel. But let's get to the actual content of the video. First of all, I'm going to explain the 5 categories we have here. The first one being yes, please, oh my, please. I think the first category is self-explanatory in my opinion. So the next one is you may now kiss the bride. Who is the bride? Could be me, could be them. Who decides? Let me know in the comment section what you think. The next category will be will you be my boyfriend, which I feel also self-explanatory. Like, I would date this fictional character, but I wouldn't marry them, and so on and so forth. The next category then being holding hands. Hello. Basically, a character that I would hold hands with is someone that I feel like I would be very cute, very sweet with, you know? I wouldn't date them, or I wouldn't marry them, but I feel like we would, you know, go on nice picnics on a sunny day, holding hands through the park, even though I'm allergic to grass pollen. And, you know, just looking at sky, you know? And then the final category being WTF was I on? Which is a category that spurred into my mind when I was putting all these fictional characters here, which by the way aren't even all of them, because I realized that some fictional characters I even forgot to put in, and then it became an entire mess. Bearing in mind, I have like 3 long lists of fictional characters I have crushes on that didn't even make it to this tier list today. So if you want another tier list of these, let me know in the comment section. Another tier list I had in mind also was doing fanfic tropes, because I can go on a giant rant about the difference between rivals to lovers and enemies to lovers, OMG. But if you are interested, remember, subscribe, like, comment down below, would be really helpful. But besides that, the WTF was I on but category was spread onto me when I realized I have crushes on fictional characters that unfortunately I am attracted to, and I do question it. However, I can't explain the attraction, but whatever. But let's get started. Now, first character, right here, Sasori from Naruto Shippuden specifically, and he is the first character that I feel would be put on the WTF was I on but list, because Sasori, till this day, I cannot explain why I am attracted to him. It just kinda happened. I liked his voice. Bearing in mind I listened to the English dub of Naruto. I've now listened to both versions, and I think they're good, but I don't know. And specifically this version of Sasori, I have to point out, not the, spoilers, fake puppet version of him. This one, puppet and all. I think he's really cute. I think he has a nice voice. He's also kinda creepy. I don't know. Maybe I'm into it. What's wrong with me? Already! First person, and on the lowest tier. Next though, let's go to Itachi Uchiha, also from Naruto. he is Sasuke's older brother. When I was younger, I had a crush on Sasuke. The thing is, I still do. However, I have come to the realization, as most people do, that Itachi was always the better Uchiha, and if you had any crush on the Uchihas, it should have been him. That is the correct choice. That should have been the only choice. But unfortunately, there is something wrong mentally up here with me that I'm still having this attraction to Sasuke. But, you know, Itachi is sweet. He wanted to protect his family at all costs, even to the point of them. He became an outlaw and a criminal for his family, for Sasuke. He's a loving big brother. He also was very powerful. Unpopular opinion, I don't know about you guys, or maybe it's just a popular opinion. I feel like they had to kill off Itachi, because I feel like Itachi could go head-to-head with Madara, in my opinion. Yeah, maybe Kageyama as well. But, regardless, I'll put Itachi on... you know what? Yeah, I'll marry Itachi. I was stuck between, as you can see, I was stuck between these two categories, but I would marry Itachi. Oh, same with you too. I didn't even think. I'm so sorry. Actually, no. You walked so Gojo could run. Also, unpopular opinion, I find a Kakashi more attractive than Gojo. I know, I'm sorry. Don't yell at me, don't boo at me. Sorry. But, I don't know. I think Kakashi has more to offer to me. Like, he has silver whitish grayish hair. He has the scar. He has the Sharingan eye that he got from someone. Spoilers, sorry. Naruto came out a long time ago. But, he has the covered face. Some girls, some guys, some they, them. It's like people who have masks on. Or like half-covered faces. I know that for a fact. As they find it really attractive. But Kakashi I've always had a crush on. Even when I was younger, even though I had a crush on Sasuke simultaneously. I just think he was just really cool. He has his quirks, he has his flaws. He cares about his team, even he acts very nonchalant. I also very much relate to his lateness. About just, you know, the path of life just taking you on its course and you just end up late. Time is a concept, and I really dig that mindset with Kakashi. But I just think he's just an awesome character in general. And I really admire and love Kakashi. Shikamaru. This entire section was Naruto, by the way, because I like to group them, at least in like some accord. But Shikamaru, I would make my boyfriend. I don't know if he would like me back. He kind of has this aloof personality, but I like that aloof personality. Because while Shikamaru acts aloof, he also is another person that cares deeply about his friends and his teacher. And, you know, avenging his teacher. He also has just really cool, like, ninjutsu of like the shadow manipulation and all that stuff. Also really smart. I don't know, it's also the attitude. I like fictional characters that have a bit of like an attitude. It ranges on the spectrum, but Shikamaru was someone I only found attractive when he got to his arc in Shippuden, which was very emotionally, like, charged. Because I always ship Tamaru and Shikamaru. I think they're really cute. If you don't know, actually, in Naruto, out of a lot of the female characters, Tamari is one of my top Naruto women that, like, I just love. I loved her as soon as she stepped into the Chunin exams. because I think her powers are so cool. She has a giant fan. She can work the wind. She can manipulate it. I think that's awesome. Even though what she did to Tenten in their exams was a bit, messed up, but we support women's rights and women's wrongs, even to an extent, though. But the next one, let's go to the last Naruto character on this list, which is another one I only found attractive during Shippuden, which is Kiba. Now, Kiba, I only found attractive from his Shippuden design. I think he looks cool. He's a dog lover. I love dogs. Wolves are my favorite animals. I love dogs more than cats, even though I don't dislike cats. I used to completely write them off, but honestly, I find cats very cute, especially calico cats, and black cats, and ginger cats. But I think I would hold hands with Kiba, because I wouldn't make him my boyfriend, I wouldn't marry him, and I wouldn't go, yes him. But he's not a WTF was like on but kind of like hear me out character, because he is like conventionally attractive in Shippuden, in my opinion. But yeah, I would hold Kiba's hand. I think he's sweet. A bit like rowdy, but he's sweet. But that's it for the Naruto characters. Next, though, we have Gray Fullbuster, one of my first, anime crushes. Because I know everyone has an opinion on Fairy Tail, but Fairy Tail was my first shonen anime, because before I only watched, my first two animes was both magical girl animes, which was Mew Mew Power and Pretty Cure Black and White. Those are my two first ever animes that I watched. It was on cable in the UK, and I used to watch it before I went to school when I was younger, and I thought it was so awesome. But this was during a time when anime had, localization. So, the characters in the West had Western names compared to the ones in Japan. Because recently, I found out that in Mew Mew Power and the Western localization, Zoe is Ichigo in Mew Mew Power. And I was like, oh, but that was a time in anime. That was a time when there was yellow subtitles, but whatever. But Gray Fullbuster, you're here. I'm not even gonna lie. You impacted me a lot when I was younger. I think because when Gray's first introduced into Fairy Tail, he's introduced as someone who is kind of stone cold, ice cold, you might say. But he's really goofy. He also has the whole thing of stripping subconsciously. That's an interesting quirk he has. And also his very emotional arcs he has throughout the entire seasons of Fairy Tail. Sorry to hear anything in the background, by the way. There's just a lot of stuff going on outside. But we move, we ball. But yeah, Gray, no explanation. He's ice cold, he's cool. He has an amazing character development throughout the series, and yeah. Now, Love in Deep Space. Now, I played Love in Deep Space as soon as it came out, but I couldn't play it on the phone I originally had, which was an iPhone, because I didn't have enough space, and I wasn't going to pay for any more space. I'm not giving them my money. So, I only reinstalled Love in Deep Space after Nightly Rendezvous came out. So upset about that, by the way. But I reinstalled it during December. I caught the Lantern Festival event and the, Love Parade event, that one as well. And I did get the new cards from the new banner, which I can say, by the way, that Silas card. Speaking of which, that Silas card, yeah, Silas, enough said. Like, I played Love and Deepspace with the original 3 here, and Raph was my number 1. Like, this is literally the order of how I liked the lads boys, which was like Raph, Xavier, and then Zane. But then when I saw that trailer of Silas, and he was a character with white hair and red eyes, which is my favorite character design, and also what I find really attractive in fictional characters for guys. It was over for me. And then his color scheme of it being like red and black and gray, and his energy manipulation evil power, it was over. And then more so, the switch around of his emotions, of the fact that he was originally like marketed as like this maybe like book talk-esque dark mafia adjacent character who, I don't know, might lock you in his manor or whatever, and then you might fall in love that way. But no, like, yes, he's very semi-aggressive when you first meet him, but if you play the myth, you get why he's that way, and now it's just really sad with the context, and he's actually just a really cute and sweet tall man who has a lot of money. He is a little bit tone deaf, but he's been working on his singing, and I find that really endearing. Like, just the gap moe, you could say, of having this appearance of someone that could be intimidating. That he would cook for you, he would clean for you, he would let you use his credit card whenever you wanted. He would literally destroy the world for you if he could. He would do anything for you. And I love that. Bring back male whimpering. but yeah, Silas, enough said. Also you, Caleb. You for now will be my boyfriend. But you very much, unexpectedly to me, climbed the ranks of my lads, like, rankings. By the way, I love all the boys equally, but I won't say a veteran to otome games, but I have played a lot, mobile and visual novel, romance, dating sims on, like, laptops, and all I'm gonna say, this ain't my first rodeo, as well as watching Let's Plays of otome games. Shout out to Blurdy Otome, shout out to Kayla, love you guys, for letting me watch otome games that I could not afford when I was younger, or I couldn't play because I didn't have a desktop. But yeah, Caleb unexpectedly ranked super high for me because of the fact of when we first meet Caleb, you do meet him in the main story, and it's just one scene. And spoiler alert, again, I'm gonna say a lot of spoilers, I'm so sorry guys. Caleb dies. And a lot of people, half of the fandom thought Caleb, like, genuinely was, like, dead, and the other half was like, no, I think he's alive. They were right, by the way. And let's just say, in, like, this new section of the main story, info props to you, because I won't say I didn't care about Caleb, but I wasn't, like, super attracted to him. I was like, he's cute. And then the trailer came out, his myth, his 4-star cards. I'm so sorry you heard that. That was Alexa. And then Caleb with just Caleb, you know. And the apple imagery, you know, one thing I will say is I love in, like, romance media of, like, male yearning. Caleb is a male yearner. We love that, by the way. But when there is, like, yearning and people use, like, fruit or, like, an object for, like, the imagery between the two, like, love interests, of it basically being the barrier of them being one step closer, just kissing. but then they can't do it because of X, Y, and or Z reason. You know what I mean? Like, the yearning, the forbidden love. This is why I should do the trope video. I can go on rants. I can go on giant rants about, like, fanfic tropes. Because, again, I am a girl that was on Tumblr. I'm still on Tumblr, by the way. But less so than I was before. I'm also a girl that used to read fanfiction on fanfiction.net, Quotev, Wattpad. I'm now an AO3 connoisseur. I say now, I've been on AO3 for like maybe 6 years now, but before, unfortunately, I used to read most of my fanfiction on Wattpad. I'm so sorry. But we all start somewhere, guys, okay? I also read fanfiction, I still do on Tumblr, because honestly, you can find some goldmine fanfics there. In the words that I said to my mother, I do not read regular books, I read fanfiction. I do read regular books, by the way. Please read, please. Media literacy is going down the fucking drain. Ooh, first F-bomb. So sorry, guys. It'll be fine. But, you know. Next is Raph. Raph, I will marry you. You were my first love out of the first 3 love interests. You were forever. You are sassy. You are a diva. And I love that. Honestly, live your life as you want. You very sassy man. Finally you remember. That entire quote of that scene ingrained into my brain. But honestly, not a person has a lot of money. I do not care about material goods, but it's just nice to know that I can be with someone who's financially stable. Also another really sweet person. Another male yearner. Also, Lumarian. I love the water. I really do. My mom used to call me a water baby when I was younger because how much I just love swimming. Also, his hair is so beautiful. Raph is beautiful. Let's just be so honest. He is so beautiful. He is also another one with, like... Okay, Raph Smith, I have an issue with. Because it's really sweet and really romantic and all of that. But the logical part of my brain always screams at Raph of being like, why did you sacrifice your entire, like, race and home for this stupid love for me? Like, countless people were sacrificed for me. Which is really sweet. If I do not just, like, the logic part of my brain, like, go away, honestly, really sweet, really beautiful. And I will not say that Raph did it wrong. He did it right. He did what he wanted to do, and that was the most important thing from that story. He did what he wanted to do. And throughout this entire time, he still only wants us. And I think that is incredibly sweet. Also, his sea god side. Yeah, that's why your marriage. You're not... yes. Yeah. But your marriage. Xavier, though. Xavier. You're also boyfriend material. Honestly, Xavier and Zane are boyfriend material. And I'm gonna rant about these two in one go, essentially. Which is... Xavier I always found really cute. This freak, by the way. You wouldn't suspect he's the freak. He's actually the freak. But... Xavier is... someone I always found attractive from the lads' love interest. He was my second favorite. He is now my fourth favorite because of the love interest that was introduced being Caleb. But the whole soft boy thing, I really, really like. He also has like a nice whispering voice. He has like a natural soft whispering tone, which like I really liked. But also the fact of like, it's so funny when MC talks about Lumiere and he gets like jealous about it, because if you know this man's myth is just basically MC being jealous about herself, essentially, and Xavier being jealous about himself, essentially. It's just really funny, the shenanigans these two have. I also think Xavier's just really cute. He's very big, like, puppy boy energy. Another male yearner, whimperer. He's both of those. He's also a freak. Love that. And with Zane, also boyfriendy, he was someone unexpected for me, essentially, because I'm gonna be super honest here. I was not super attracted to Zane. He was too stoic in my eyes, or he reminded me too much of myself, which I say I cannot be with another introverted person, because then the entire time it's just gonna be blank silence, and I need someone that's the opposite of me so they get me talking like this. But Zane's not like that. That was my first impressions. But no, you learn that Zane has very dry humor. I love dry humor, by the way. He also really cares about you. Zane also has like a really nice voice. He's a doctor. We love doctors that can take care of patients. And he does his job very well. But also he has the other side of like, because he feels he has to be in check all the time and on top of things, and basically keep this air of mysticism, or be like mysterious and kind of like detached because he's a doctor, I would say. Like, he doesn't have to put up the role of like the stoic, like strong-minded man, and he just lets it all go, especially in those like the 5-star cards. Nightly Rendezvous. Yeah, it's like you get two sides of Zane that were always there, but you see it more enhanced when he's with you, and I really like that part of Zane, of like, he has this appearance in front of other people, but he has this separate side that you've seen hints before, but he only really lets loose when it's of you, and I think that's just really sweet. I think Zane's a really sweet guy. Because please tell me, while during the Caleb part in the main story, and Zane pops up for his few sections, I was like, you're really sweet, Zane. And I just get to know more about him. So, yeah. I still don't know a lot, so please tell me more if you can, but I think he's really sweet. And Volt, you really did your thing with these 5 love interests. Can't wait to see what the 6th one is. But, yeah. Now I'll be getting to the VTuber section. I debated on the VTuber section because I was like, is it weird? But I put these 4 boys here are VTubers from the group HOLOSTARS. They're part of HOLOSTARS HQ, but this group specifically is HOLOSTARS Vanguard. And I put them here because even though I felt weird about it, I really just wanted to appreciate like the character designs. Because I think they're just really like attractive character designs in my opinion, with the personality. But yeah, this will be a short section because I do feel a bit conflicted, but January, marriage. Haka, boyfriend. That is boyfriend. You were not married yet. You were nearly there. And that was in between section. Oh, if I could, I would. But, you know. Battle. You two deserve to be in the same section. You two are sopping wet cat energy boyfriends. Where I'm just like, you're so cute, you know? And Flayon? I'm conflicted. You know what? Boyfriend. Now I'm gonna explain these like very fast fire why I put these in the sessions. January, responsible. He's also a monster enjoyer. He loves horror games, very insightful. He knows random facts, which is something I also do. I just know a lot of random information. It's really weird. But, you know, lots of things intrigue me, and I go down a rabbit hole of stuff. And, you know, really nice voice, really nice character design. His second outfit's also really, really good, in my opinion. All around, really nice guy. Also, we share the same birthday. My birthday is also on June 23rd. Now, Yufri. Haka, also really, really sweet guy. He's just a cutie pie in general. He's so, like, he wears his heart on his sleeve. He knows how to express his emotions, which is something I envy to an extent, because I have difficulty with, like, describing how I feel a lot. He's also insane. Not insane as this one, or this one, but he's... Honestly, everyone in HOLOSTARS is insane. But like... this bird... Also, incredible vocalist. Please listen to his music. Please just check out HOLOSTARS. Check out HOLOSTARS EN. There's others as well. There's Altair, there's Axel, there's Gold Bullet, there's Rouge, there's Gerard, there's Octavio. But yeah, this is Shinri, this is Haka, this is Gavis Battle, and this is Machina X Flayon, but I'm just going Flayon, or Flay. But yeah, you, Mr. Gavis Battlestar, you are also insane. The things you get up to in your life, I'm amazed by every time I hear about this man's stories. But more so, beautiful character design. Also, has music as well. All four of these men have music, as well as HOLOSTARS EN in general has music. Please listen to Gavis Bella's Curie cover. Also, When You're Evil cover as well, that was really, really good, in my opinion. And also, oh gosh, what's the cover called? I keep on listening to it every day, and I think I know what the title is, but I keep on forgetting. But, oh yeah, listen to his original song, Unlucky, and listen to his last game cover. His last game cover is actually my favorite covers he's done. That and When You're Evil. But yeah, Stopping Cat Energy, his second outfit, maybe if his second outfit was here, it would be here. Purely based on the second outfit. But, you know, that would be weird, in my opinion. And then Flayon. Flayon is someone who I also admire because of the fact of, like, similar to Shinri. He's very grounded. He knows his boundaries. He's very honest about the fact that he's not, like, a perfect person. He's done shit in the past. And, you know, from his experiences, he just learned to grow, which is the same thing. He's also an incredible, like, voice actor. Like, he can do great voice impressions, and when he reads visual novels or anything in that matter, he can voice characters extremely well. Like, I'm super surprised he's so good at it. He's also so creative. Every one of them are just so creative. But Flayon puts so much into his, like, lore or, like, character backgrounds. I think it's super, like, wow, you know? Also someone who very sweet, even if he wants to act like he's not sweet. He's a very sweet person. Very understanding as well. He's also a freak. And I just think Flayon... Also, listen to Flayon's, I can never say that name of his cover. I'm so sorry. Orthodoxia? That was it. His Orthodoxia cover. It's really good. It's actually something I listen to on repeat as well. Same with, like, Hawk's Fixer cover. Insane. Insane. And listen to Shireen's Daddy Daddy Do cover. But just check out HOLOSTARS EN in general. Check out VTubers in general, because they are not the only VTubers I watch. I have another long list of them. If you're interested about finding out what VTubers I like, maybe come in the live streaming, you can ask me then. or if you want a video, request it. I'm definitely open to requests about video ideas, but yeah, maybe I should hurry this up because this is a long line. But next, you're never a WTF will say on, but because this is Kizumi Yuya from Quartz Party, by the way, and Kizumi's really weird, like, especially with, like, Yuka and wanting a little sister and all that stuff. I do not condone that. However, I unfortunately have found myself into an unexplainable predicament of I still find him attractive even when I was younger, because I first found out about Quartz Party from watching Let's Plays. I think it was from the Anime Man and someone else. I can't remember. But I watched a Quartz Party Let's Play, and I just fell in love with the game. I think it's such a cool game. The first game I'm talking about, by the way. The first one. And, you know what? Book of Shadows was okay too. Those are the only two I tolerate. But, unfortunately, he's on me someone I cannot get off my head, because I am still attracted to him, even though I think he's weird. I am attracted to him, though I should specify looks and voice and the insanity. That is the things I am attracted to. He has a really nice voice. He has a really nice character design. And the insanity is kind of hot to me. That's the only things I find attractive about this man. Honestly, Sasori is less of a hear me out than him. Like, if I say Sasori, I know some people will be like, yeah, I get it. Kizumi? That is genuinely, like, he's honestly the one that spurred this section, because I was like, I can act like I weren't attracted to him, but I'm lying to myself, and I don't want to do this on this channel. I just want to be, like, hold some integrity to myself. But, to balance it out at least, I have Yoshiki here. And Yoshiki, I absolutely adore and love. He's best boy throughout the franchise. You do not know the amount of times I have yelled at Ayumi because I'm like, why do you care about Satoshi? He is right there. He has protected you throughout this entire horror situation in this haunted school. He has got you out of multiple possessive states. He has fought for you. While he can be a bit of like an a-hole, I would say. Sometimes Yoshiki doesn't know how to convey his thoughts in a nice way. I still appreciate his honesty and the fact that he's also really helpful. He's helpful, he's sweet, he's kind, he's a little bit of an a-hole, but we love that about him. He has some flaws. He'll do anything to protect Ayumi. He loves his friends. What's not to like about Yoshiki? You know? He just wants to protect the people he cares about. Next though, because both Yuge Kizumi and Yoshiki are from Quartz Party, which is a JRPG horror, I was thinking, since we're in the horror realm, let me go with another horror RPG game, which is Ib. I want to marry Garry. Garry is someone also on the veins of Gray, of like my first crushes I've had, where, well, honestly, these two also were like first crushes, but a little more down the line. Bearing in mind, though, I should say, if you're gonna watch or play Quartz Party, there's a lot of like trigger warnings, and it's a JRPG horror game. Even though it's pixels, they are very effective pixels, especially Quartz Party, because they get very descriptive with the death scenes. But going back to Garry from Ib, he's also another one in the same vein of Yoshiki, of just, he protects Ib, he cares about her, he's a little bit of a wimp, and I like that. He's a little bit of sopping cat energy. What is that quote that Garry says as well that lives like rent-free in my head? I'm gonna find it, but while I go and find it, I'm gonna also rant about the fact that you know, Garry, while he's a bit of a coward, he's strong, he's kind, he cares about Ib. He will do anything to protect her. When Garry gave his jacket to her, I was like, that's so sweet. And that ending that bad ending with Garry genuinely made me cry, and I got upset to the point where when people play Eve now, if they kill Garry off, I get genuinely upset. Even though, like, I'm a completionist as well, and when I play visual novels or any game, but especially visual novels, I do get, like, the bad endings, the good endings, and, like, the true endings, or the secret endings, and try and finish all routes if I can, because I specifically really have this completionist mentality with visual novels. I don't know why. But, yeah, I appreciate visual novels a lot. But I just think Garry's super cool. You know what I mean? Super cool. Really sweet. If I find this quote, I'll let you guys know. But, you know, besides the fact, Garry's sweet. People might say it's a weird character design. I don't think so. So, next though, from Angels of Death, we have Zack, and he's also another character that is insane, because he's literally like a serial killer. But I found out about Angels of Death from the anime, and then I watched the the RPG game of Angels of Death, and Zack is another character, while has this insanity, I just also feel really bad for him if you find out about his backstory. He's also someone who also really cares deeply about, Mary is her name? I think? I'm pretty sure. Oh, no. I'm thinking of Mary because I'm thinking about Ib still. Sorry about that. Rachel. That was it. Rachel Gardner. Because he cares about Rachel. I said this because both Mary and Rachel have, like, blonde hair. But he cares a lot about Rachel. Zack is someone who, while insane, cares deeply, as I said before, is illiterate. He cannot read. I don't know if he can write. But I think he's really sweet. Also, the way that this man almost died for someone he kept on saying I don't care about, I think it's also because he has tsundere-esque qualities. With, like, the yandere-esque qualities that I could see happen if he was, like, in a relationship. He has, like, tsundere-esque qualities, and I think he's, in my opinion, boyfriend material, okay? I wouldn't marry him. Well, would I not marry him? Let's put a pin in that. Pyramid Head. I should have put a section specifically for monster fuckers, huh? I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna add a row that is specifically give me a minute, guys. I'm super sorry. We're gonna call this one Monster Effers. No, Monster Fucker. I can't write apparently either. Something me and Zack have in common. Yeah. Boom. 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 No more explanation needed in my opinion. Pyramid Head's basic of the monster fucker discussion. He's humanoid-esque as well. It's like, if you're into monsters, yeah. By the way, I'm gonna go on a rant about this. If you like vampires, even if they look human, I also class you as a monster fucker. A very light one on the spectrum, because I feel like there's the spectrum to monster fuckers, but you are. Because in my opinion, my definition of monster fuckers is anyone wants to fuck someone that isn't, you know, human. And vampires are not humans. This will also go into my other rant where I feel like vampires are just beautified zombies, in my opinion. If you want to hear more about it, let me know. But I'm not going to elaborate it for now. But that is my opinion about vampires. But these three... Okay, the dragon from the Lord of the Rings... I'm laughing because even I can't explain it. I'm like, Smog. It's the voice. It's honestly, it's the voice of like Benedict Cumberbatch. That's it. Okay. Then Venom again. I think generic one. But I didn't get Venom before. It wasn't until I saw the fan arts with him and Eddie. Yeah, okay. I get it, okay. The Sebastian Michaelis from Black Butler. Yeah. This is an old school, like, anime, like, crush for a lot of people as well. But yeah, like Sebastian, he's a demon. That's interesting. Well, I guess if he's a demon, I could put him in there. Right? Like, put him in the monster fucker section. Because I said this before, I just said vampires who even look humanoid are classed as this section, in my opinion. Then I guess a demon that has to basically glamours himself in like a human costume would also be in here because he's not human. So yeah, but like I feel like this is more fitting because I don't need to say enough. It's Sebastian Michaelis. He's a butler. He's sexy. He has powers. He's loyal. He will eat your soul. But I don't know, maybe you're into that war adjacent? I'm not, but there are other reasons that I don't want to get into why I'm into Sebastian. But, because they are not, they are for my thoughts and thoughts only. Next up, we have the BL section. And, yes, I am a Fujoshi. Yes, I read BL. If you want to give me BL recommendations, I would appreciate it. But these three are from Dramatical Murder. This is Kojaku. Kojaku. Yes, I had to Google, by the way, if they're bisexual or not. They are, so yes, I can put this down. Kojaku is boyfriend material, in my opinion. Honestly, I think... No, actually, that's a lie. Maybe we get to that, though. Kojaku is boyfriend material. Almost husband material, in my opinion. Because he's a hairdresser. He cares about Aoba, even when he goes berserk. He's also childhood friends. He's has really nice tattoos. I like his character design. I like how his personality is. He's very like. He's a person that would be there for you, comforting, but also unfortunately he's he's like the therapist friend where he tries to comfort other people, but he keeps his own like problems to himself until they like come to the forefront. But I guess I relate to Kojaku in that sense. I think he's really, really sweet. Honestly, Kojaku would be husband material in my opinion. Clear husband material. And that's why I had to pause. Noise is boyfriend material. Because with Clear, these three are all from Radical Murder, by the way. With Clear, beautiful face. I only picked a picture without his face because I didn't want to spoil people, but beautiful face. Jellyfish song, really, really love. All his romance scenes with Aoba are really sweet as well. He's also another person that's like really loyal, puppy dog energy, but also has like this really secret dark side to him. If you've seen his bad ending, honestly, all the Dramatical Murder bad endings are like, whoa. In my opinion, but you know, with like Clear, also character with white hair, I find really attractive. But a lot of things I have to say about Clear are like spoiler adjacent, too much. But all you need to know is like really sweet guy, puppy dog energy, very loyal, looks really nice in an apron, and that's all I'm gonna say for now. Now with Noise is someone who I feel is more boyfriend adjacent, even though in Dramatical Murder Reconnect, he was the first route I saw, and oh my gosh, that scene with him and Aoba in the hotel was really good. But, Noise has this, like, he has this horrible attitude as well. He also is, like, a-hole adjacent. No, he isn't a-hole. Like, this man breaks into your house. Like, he breaks into Aoba's house, and he kind of treats Aoba like dirt, which, if you play the game, you kind of get why, because there's, like, this whole mystery of Aoba with this game, and the rhyme, and, you know, play Radical Murder if you're into, like, a mystery, or into, like, yaoi. But bear in mind, there was, like, a lot of, like, dark themes within the game. But, yeah, I think Noise is really, really sweet, in my opinion. I didn't see the appeal of Noise before, but I do now, and I do get why people mainly ship him and Aoba together, because, yeah, the dynamic between these two is, yep. Next, though, we're almost done, thankfully. We have Shiki from Togainu. Shiki from Togainu, another really dark BL game. But Shiki I found attractive from the get-go. Of, like, his design, in my opinion, very 1980s, 1990s, early 2000s. Maybe Visual KS, Chrome Heart, you know, leather, tight, skinny jeans. He has a sword as well. I found it really cool. Very edgy. He also has red eyes and, like, purple hair. But Shiki, also another person when he encounters with Akira, the main character in Togainu, he basically wants to murder him. But he brings Akira along the ride throughout the game. And I'm not going to go into more details about Togainu because, unbeknownst to me, Shiki plays a big role in that game. But Shiki, while he is also another a-hole, and while he also has issues sometimes with communicating his emotions, but he has his romance with Akira, even though it's in, like, a very dark setting and lots of dark things happen, because Togainu is messed up. Shiki and Akira have this, like, very sweet moments together when they're alone, similar to what I said about Zane when they're alone together. There's, like, another side to Shiki. But also, I'm gonna be so honest, Shiki's also here because of that one bad ending that Shiki's route has, where where Akira basically just keeps on cheating on him. And I think that scene is, like, it's tragic, but I think it's also, like, you know what I mean? But, yeah. Where are I about Shiki? Shiki's not a WTF was I on, but say. Oh gosh, where would I put Shiki? You're not sure. Yeah, I'll make Shiki my boyfriend. Well, actually, maybe I should marry Shiki, because in the bad ending, Shiki, like, becomes in power. No, because if I go good route Shiki, then I can take care of him. Yeah. How about Shiki there? Speaking of vampires, this time on the rant, these three are from Diabolic Lovers. You can say what you want about Diabolic Lovers, about the anime. That is one of my guilty pleasure animes. I like watching it. But, Diabolic Lovers is a game about a bunch of sadistic vampires who are brothers. They all share the same father, but different mothers. And their mothers are all horrible, especially his mother. My gosh, Cordelia sucks. But yeah, the bunch of vampires that live in a manor with this, and the girl Yui, who is in this Otome game, basically becomes a blood bag for them. Which, by the way, I was thinking about making blood bags my fandom name for you guys because of the character I'm gonna use for my future VTuber and full of this PNG model that I have, which is based on vampires because I really like vampires. But yeah, but the game of Diabolic Lovers, I think people don't realize because they only knew about the anime, was that the original game is actually really good, and the original game was marketed towards women who are into like sadism and masochism. Like, they even had like sadism and masochism bars to regulate what type of ending you got with the boys. But speaking of Diabolics purely on its own, Ayato, I'm not marrying any. Well, you know what? I would marry Shu. Actually, no, that's a lie, because I like Ayato more than Shu, and it's really bad. By the end of this, by the way, we are gonna reevaluate my choices and if I feel like they should move or not. But you know, I'm lying to myself. Don't do this, Richelle. You have trash taste in in anime characters sometimes, as you can see from this cacophony of men. Yeah, Ayato is. Yeah, I'm not. All I'm gonna say is Ayato is someone who, well, he calls Yui a pancake because she has a flat chest. And he keeps on saying yours truly, and that is annoying. He does care about her, and he does mellow out with that stuff later on when he does realize he has feelings for her, and they start a relationship together. He is very sweet. He's also really, really cute. Because some stuff he doesn't know about, like, the human world, and I think that's really sweet. He also has, like, a great character design. Also, great voice acting. I have listened to some of the CD dramas, and yeah. Super. Subaru is someone I would marry. Because Subaru's, like, really sweet. Subaru is someone I also found really attractive because he's another character with, like, white hair and red eyes. But besides that, honestly, out of all the brothers, I feel like Subaru is the less insane. Like, yes, when you meet Subaru, he's, like, punching walls and stuff, and it seems like he has anger issues. But honestly, when you find out why he has issues with, like, Yui being there, and her being a sacrificial bride and all of that stuff, and how the stuff his mother went through with Karl Heinz, and what he's a product of, and how he basically just wants Yui to leave. He gives her a knife to protect herself, which she doesn't use greatly in the anime, but he's trying, and he's actually really sweet, and I feel like besides the anger that he showed off first, he doesn't have anything else that's an issue. Ayato literally throws Yui into a pool, even though he knows she can't swim. And also, Subaru doesn't bite her the most out of all of them. Out of all of the brothers. Out of Laito, Ayato, Reiji, Kanato, Subaru, and Shu. Speaking of Shu Sakamaki. Shu Sakamaki. You are boyfriend material. Shu is also similar to my personality in the fact that this man just likes to sleep everywhere. I also have that issue, unfortunately. But Shu also really nice design, really nice voice as well. And while he has this, like, I won't say softness, but aloofness of, like, being really laid back, and because he's the oldest, feels like he can just, like, lounge around. Maybe, like, cool guy-esque energy. He also, like, unexpectedly, you would think he would be the kindest to you because of how, like, detached he is from this situation that he gives off. But no, like, that bathtub scene with Yui where he's just like, so what are you gonna do about it? He gives the what are you gonna do about it energy, and he bites her in the bathtub. I'm like, oh, okay, true. He's similar to Zayn. I was saying the fact of, like, having this unhinged side that you feel like you wouldn't expect from him because of, like, how quiet he is. Or, like, how he gives us this, like, I don't care kind of energy. But yeah, I would make him my boyfriend. Those are the only three I tolerate from the brothers, by the way. The rest of them, I don't even think about. I cannot tolerate, especially Kanto. Kanto, you're just so weird. Kanto genuinely scares me. That's what I can say. But next on the list is Bakugou from My Hero Academia. And yes, this is the time skip version. I know everyone has an opinion about the epilogue of My Hero, but I'm really attached to Bakugou because I literally grew up with him. Which is really, I feel like, impacted why I really like Bakugou. Bakugou is really hot to me. But anyway, I can say this, by the way, before ending on, like, these, like, oh my gosh, do you like Bakugou? It's like, yeah. Because we're the same age. Well, we were the same age until he got the time skip age jump. But yeah, when I say I literally grew up with him, I literally grew up with him. But Bakugou, very misunderstood. From the first episode of My Hero, I know a lot of people, like, he told Izuku to jump off the building or jump off a cliff. I can't remember what he said, but he told him to jump off somewhere. And lots of people were upset about that. I was too, but I could immediately call out the fact that he's going to get character development because, again, this is not my first anime. I know what this rodeo is going to look like. And I was in for the ride of character development. And when I say, listen, there's a lot of issues in My Hero that were not addressed. But one thing I will say is they did this man's character development very well, in my opinion. And the whole thing of, when I saw Bakugou say that, I immediately saw his arc was going with the fact of, like, he's gonna feel inadequate at some point in the story because of the fact that he got his quirk really quickly, and because that he felt like he had to fulfill the quote-unquote prophecy of, because he got his quirk early, that means that he's great. So that means his quirk would be great, and that means he can be the #1 hero because he admires All Might. And it's gonna give him a complex. A really bad complex, which his parents did not keep in check, but or tried to, or maybe they did try, but it didn't help. But it led to Bakugou being the douchebag he was at the start of the season. But then being a Class 1A, and then seeing Izuku get the quirk and the praise, and that fight in the zone that they had one-on-one together, where Bakugou breaks down for the first time and admitting him, like, I thought you would just be a quirkless nerd for all of your life, but then you're, like, upstaging me, you're better than me. It's messing with my perception of how I thought of the world, of how I thought of myself. And then even more so when he got kidnapped by the League of Villains and he had to be saved by Izuku and Kirishima and the rest of the others that went from Class 1A. It made him have to rethink a lot of things and how his approach and how he spoke to his other classmates. And seeing that character development of Bakugou, it just really made me attracted to him. Because I was like, he's someone who has, like, a big, lots of flaws, but wanted to fix it at the very least, or address it. And while he does have flaws, he also has good qualities. The fact like he can cook, he honestly has a nice fashion sense. He can play the drums. He is very determined, very motivated. He's very fair with that fight with Uraraka, even though people were like being like, "How could you do that to a girl?" He was very fair with her. He didn't look down on her because she was a girl, or because of the type of quirk that Uraraka had. He does actually do teamwork very well. If you saw the season with when Class 1A was going to game against Class 1B, and I just think he's really sweet. Also, he's really hot because he has a nice character design, in my opinion, which is weird because I don't regularly go for characters who are blondes. But yeah, I can go on a giant rant about like the character perception about Bakugou, in my opinion, but that would be more longer than this video already is. But next, finally, we're on the last row. We have Keith from Voltron, Legendary Defenders, that was on Netflix. RIP Voltron. I know me saying Voltron's gonna give some of you like PTSD flashbacks. I'm sorry. If you have to go for it, I have to go for it as well. But no matter how this series made me feel, especially towards the last seasons, but despite how this season made me feel, or the show made me feel, I will forever be thankful that they gave me Keith Kogane, because that, yeah. In the same vein of like Bakugou, Keith to me is like a tsundere. If he was in a relationship, I really like tsunderes, and with Keith is he? No, I would marry Keith. Let's be honest here. Keith is someone who also starts out with like very disconnected personality, you know, also a bit rude, especially to Lance, a little bit rude, but honestly Lance is coming at him and he was just really confused, but I'm not saying I'm blaming Lance, because, you know, it takes two to tango, you know what I mean. Keith was very close off, I would say, very like quick to anger in the start of the season, but the more he's like works with the team, and the more he's not just like sees himself as this outsider, even though he does feel like an outsider later on in the seasons because he finds out about like him being half playlist GALORE, and especially how Alora reacts to when she finds that out, and it's partially explains why he always felt like an outsider. When he comes to the terms of the fact of like, yeah, he might be half GALORE, but he's not an outsider. You know what I mean? He has Shiro, he has Lance, he has Pidge, he has Hunk, he has Kuran, he has Alora. And then later on, when he meets his mother, he does have people there for him. And he becomes really sweet, and he's also very sassy, and he's very quick-witted, I feel. Very strong as well. He's also comforting. That scene that he has with Hunk, when they got back to Earth, like, really sweet. Also his scenes with Pidge that he has every now and then, really sweet. Like, I think, similar to, like, Bakugou, if you get past, and you take the long trials to work and try and see, like, what's the root cause of why your personality is this way, and you see it to the full extent, and you saw it out with them, and you get the personality at the end of, like, they're still similar to how they were in the beginning, but they're definitely better now with how they interact with others, and how they see their perspective on life. I just think they're just great characters, in my opinion. Even though there were some things in Keith's story that were a little bit, like, I think short-ended, but I get it to an extent. But next, Heisenberg from Resident Evil Village, or Resident Evil 8. Heisenberg was also like a... WTF was like on, but kind of hear me out. I still feel that to this day. like, while everyone was talking about Lady D from Resident Evil Village, I was about Heisenberg, and I don't know why, honestly. Yeah, he can be there. Old man, though. I think he's old. Yeah, he's old. Because he has, like, the transatlantic accent. I still find him attractive, though. But I don't know. He is literally an I don't know. Ooh, Chris Redfield from Resident Evil. Especially Resident Evil 8 when he's in that black turtleneck and when he goes aggro on the village in that last section, which was really fun. Yeah. Yep. Actually, yep. Listen, everyone's about Leon, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like Leon isn't cute and I don't find him attractive, especially when he takes that jacket off, because yes. But, I don't know. There's something about Chris Redfield that does it for me, and that's all I'm gonna explain about that one. Carlos from Resident Evil 2? The remake, though, because I didn't see the original Resident Evil 2. But Carlos from Resident Evil 2, I ship him with Jill, by the way. Lots of people ship Jill and Chris. I also ship Jill and Chris, but I also ship Jill and Carlos. Why can't we be multi-shippers, you know? But yeah, Carlos, where would I put Carlos? Will I marry? No, he can be my boyfriend. Because especially in this picture that I got from Google Images of Carlos in the suit, ooh, yeah. He also has the personality of, like, a bit of an a-hole in the start. But to be fair, Jill was kind of coming with the heat first. But also someone that, like, just really cares about, like, protecting people, even if it takes at the cost of others. That scene where when Jill's like, what was it? When Jill's like infected or whatever, and he has to protect Jill while she's in the infirmary from all the, I guess, zombies you would call them, the infected. And Carlos does it because he's like, Jill, and I'm like, ah, insane. He's a protector. He's loyal. He's a provider. He's hot. What more do you want? Next, so, with all the aggro men who have, like, military experience, let's go forward with more. Ghost from Call of Duty. I never played Call of Duty before, and I will refuse to do that till this day, because I've heard the horror stories, and as a black woman, I do not want to experience any of that. However, I saw the edits, like, when it was peak, like, everyone's simping over Ghost from Call of Duty, and, like, yeah. I also saw, like, the ship fan art of him in Soap, yeah. Like, that is a man who is just really hot, in my opinion. Like, also really sassy man apocalypse. Sassy, really grounded, again, loyal, protective, I feel like would be really sweet, though. And I feel like he would do gifts very well. He's also really just hot. Also, never masked, man. Again, people like masks. I do sometimes as well. I'm going to marry Ghost. Next, with more vampires, there's Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3. I am marrying Astarion. Because the way I feel about Astarion is the fact of, like, I see the fan art, I see the fanfictions and all of that. And yeah, like, sure, I would want to sleep with Astarion. But that's not, like, my main thing with him. Like, I just kind of want to hug him and, like, hold his hand and make a flower crown for him. Even if I am allergic to grass pollen. Because I just think he deserves the world, you know what I mean? Like, he's been through so much, and I can kind of relate on some level, and I just think he should experience, like, the goodness of life, you know, to the fullest extent, even though I also like the Dark Ascension Astarion, don't get that twisted, but Astarion, I just feel like someone who's also like has this personality in the start that's just like used to protect himself of being overly like hypersexual and also sassy man apocalypse, but but the whole like oversexualness to like protect himself, oof, oh, but later on if you get past that point of him and you do start to get to know more about him and you get in a relationship with him, you also see like the other emotions of like he can be happy and he has this soft side and he also has this sadness and this rage within him, but he also, while being incredibly funny and sassy, also really romantic and just like, oh, I love Astarion. There's so much I could say about him. But next we have Marshall Li, the gender version of Marceline from Adventure Time, and also from the Yona and Cake series, right? But that's the next one here. Both versions of Marshall Li, by the way, hot. Boyfriend. Like, another man that comes quick with like the quips and would call you out if you like on some BS, and a musician. We love musicians in this household. Just really cool as well. Listen, young me when I was watching Adventure Time and Marshall Li became on that screen. But the next one is also Vegan, I'm so sorry, is Connor from Detroit Become Human. I thought about him because when I put Astarion on, I was like, oh yeah, the voice by, like, there's Neil Newborn voices someone in Detroit Become Human. I forgot his name. It's been a while, guys, but there's been a lot of like Detroit Become Human memes on my YouTube recommended about like Brooklyn Nine-Nine specifically, and I think they're really funny in my opinion. But yeah, Neil Newborn, who voices Astarion, also voices Elijah in Detroit Become Human. But with Connor's husband, I will do everything for him because he's an android and he's done enough service for other people that I feel like when especially if he becomes deviant, I want to do everything for him. I will pamper him and I'll give him forehead kisses and I just want him to experience humanity to the best of its extent because he has been through a lot in that game, especially some of the choices y'all make. But honestly, all versions of Connor that come out from any of the paths that you choose, I'm into. We can both cook, we can both clean, we can go and walk through the park, we can have Hank come around, you know. Just sweet domestic bliss where he gets to chill out from all the stuff that happens. But yeah, I just think another poppy boy energy in my opinion. I just think Connor's just really sweet. And then next, Levi Ackerman from Attack on Titan. Another one, very like top like anime crushes for people, as he should be. You can call me basic, it's fine. I can go on a giant rant or character essay analysis on Levi and the facts of especially his biggest pet peeve in the AFT fandom for me is the way y'all mischaracterize this man. And I'm fine with mischaracterization if you like mark your like headcanons or fix as like OOC, but if you're just doing a regular fanfic or regular headcanons with like normal regular intro Levi and it's still like really off and you make him like this super sexual person even though you knew where he grew up in and how he was conceived, it makes me go insane. It makes me go insane in the membrane. But Levi, loyal, also has this like personality that can be like mischaracterized in the beginning because he is like very tough and very like headstrong. Not headstrong, I would say, but like very stoic, very, like, will use violence if it's by the means of, like, getting the best outcome that he can get out of a situation. But he also, like, also another person with dry humor, also loves tea, really loves poop jokes, if you know about his character, cares about his comrades, cares about his friends, cares about essentially who are his kids and his squad, his newer squad, just been through a lot, also just, like, familiar-wise. I just really love Levi. I almost cried when I saw that panel of Levi getting blown up by the spear, because everyone was like, is Levi dead? And this was coming in the same week, not week, but I think, like, couple months, genuinely, of me finding out of, like, Gray also having his fake out death in the Fairy Tail manga, and that was a lot for me, y'all. I was just like, why are all the characters I like dying? But Levi, what more can I say? He's also cool. I just want him to live a quiet life now and open his cute tea shop and care for the children, because he deserves to rest. I love him. I love him so much. You know what? Why did I put him here? Levi, go. I'm gonna put Levi here and yes, but also, like, he's husband as well. Should I put that? Should I put just, like, in brackets husband? Or, like, hubby? Yeah. Hubby. And the last two on this list, let's go, is Viktor from Arcane. All versions of Viktor, by the way, I'm talking about. Yeah. I think he's also really hot, really cute, really sweet, really sexy in my opinion. Love the accent. Number one, really smart. He's a scientist, guys. He also, another sassy man, comes up with good quips, very fast thinking. Also someone I'm just like, very sweet, very driven, maybe too driven sometimes. Just wants to do the best that he can, even if it might corrupt his thought process down the line. Glorious evolution and all. And Viktor is just such a complex character because of the fact that he came from the Undercity, and then he gets back up and then he goes to Piltover, and while he is ingrained into, like, the integrated into the Piltover, like, society and the way things are ran, especially in the first season, he very much never forgets the fact that he's from the Undercity, even though he, like, does dodgy experiments with, like, Silco's experiments himself, because Silco is basically his mentor and made him have this interest in science from when he was younger, even though there were signs that he already was, like, innovative with the boat scene. There's so much to love about Viktor. You can see, like, when it comes to characters, like, I really, like, love, I like, get lost for words, because there's, like, so much coming into my head that I could say about them, and Viktor is definitely one of those characters. Honestly, I feel like I can move some of you. That's what I meant, but, like, sometimes some things can be moved around. But then, finally, we got Albus York, and Albus York is not from an anime, not from a game, not from an Otome game, not from a show or a TV series, but he's from an online series. Well, not an online series. He's a character from GBA, Good Boy Audio's YouTube channel, where he does, like, role plays of characters. You could say basically adjacent to, like, ASMR role plays, but, like, audio role plays of his own, like, story and world. And Albus York is one of my favorite characters. I would go to bat for. You don't understand. Him and Faithful, ooh, 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 their relationship, again, opposites attract, forbidden love. He's also, like, a demon later on, like, which is also, like, really hot. The things you can do with that. He has a tail. Also, another tragic character. He's a bit of a murder hobo as well. Tragic character, bit of a murder hobo, sad backstory. Can you see a pattern of me liking tragic characters? He also, another character who uses his personality to protect himself of, like, being very hypersexual and flirty, or very much like, I don't care what you guys think about me, even if he really, really does, especially about what his brother thinks about him. I think he doesn't care about because of the fact of, like, how he's been shunned from society because he's a bastard child. And I can go more to his story. Please check out GBA's channel. You can find it here. It's called the first series where Albus is from is called the Bastard Warrior series. I love him so much. I think he's so cool, and he's super sweet when, again, you get past all the BS of the fake personality he puts up as a cover, and how he generally cares about Faithful and Devlin, and oh, I love Albus York. I love him so much. He's such a good character. GBA, you really, like, cooked with this character. He consumes my thoughts, and I cannot stop it, and it rages and rises within my veins. I'm spitting poetry about this man. Not poetry, but I'm getting very semantic about how much I like this character. But these are all the characters that we've done. Thankfully, we finished. But as I said before, this isn't even all of them. I can do ones based on strictly otome characters or dating game characters. I can do this about next time about fanfiction tropes, if you guys want, or the other characters that I have crushes on that didn't make it to this list, because again, I have 3 different lists, or 4 at this point. Oh my gosh. But I want to say thank you guys for joining me on my first video today. This might be a bit long for a first video, but we see how this will turn out. Once again, please comment on things I can improve, or what video ideas you want to see me do next time. Again, I might just live stream. I'm gonna do a live stream, I don't know when yet, of either playing the visual novel romance of Our Life, or maybe just like free games on my laptop, because I don't have a desktop yet, unfortunately. Sorry guys. And if I can, maybe do 11 Deepspace live stream, if you guys are interested in that as well. But I have to figure that out. But once again, thank you. Thank you guys for joining this video. And in all honesty, I really appreciate it. And thank you for just joining me today. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bells, comments. I will like some comments down below to get you guys excited, and maybe, you know, question for the end of the video. How is you guys' day? So, bye bye! Bye bye, my little blood bags.